Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Even to the far back, I know that you want to really talk and you want to have a nice conversation over beer, but we are here, we gathered here to see and listen to game developers presenting their own projects. And since Anča is celebrating 10th anniversary, we picked 10 projects. Unfortunately, one of them is not going to be shown because the developer has some kind of personal things to attend to. So you will see 9 projects here at the closing event of Game Days. Now, I will pick the projects randomly, so I will call out the guys who will be delivering the presentation and those who need to prepare for next presentation. Every single presentation will run for 5 minutes. There are additional minute or two for a question from the jury or some kind of comment. Every single presentation has to be 5 minutes long. It has to be delivered in English because English is the language of the video games, is the language of the digital games. Now, why we are doing the pitching session? Pitching session at Anča is something completely new. It is here for the first time, and I hope it will become a platform for young and aspiring developers to showcase their talent, showcase their creativity, showcase their games to all of you. And since we have all the guests from the game for the last 2 game days here, you may even hear some really cool feedback. Now I would like to introduce our jurors. I will start with our international guests. Okay, so let's start with a friend of mine coming from UK. He came here only to see the Slovakian talent. His name is Danda Roša. I'm sorry, man. He's a game developer and he's an indie developer through and through, so please welcome Danda Roša. Hi. Coming from Czech Republic, from one of the coolest indie studios, not in this region, but also in the world, Jakub Dvorský, the guy behind Amanita Design, creators of Samorost, Machinarium, Botanicula, and Chucho. From the far east, the city of Košice, my dear friend Peter Nať, CEO of Games Farm. And from our beautiful, beautiful capital city, Bratislava, is coming Marian Ferko, who is the CEO of Cauldron, one of the oldest, actually it is the oldest game development studio still operating in the country, and development manager of Bohemia Interactive Slovakia. And finally, we have here a very, very special guest. He is the director of the Art Council, Josef Kovalčík. Thanks to him and thanks to a really nice bottle of wine that we drank last year, we managed to give out 280,000 euros to the first game developers from the first government-supported program to game developers. So give it up for Josef one more time. Now, I know we are running late, and I need to remind you that we need to destroy that bar. We need to destroy that keg. There is 100 beers. We are not going home until it's finished. So I think we can start. Are the developers ready? No? Okay. So yeah, we can wrap it up, I think. Are the developers ready? Yeah. Okay. Are the audience ready? All right. So let's pick random first guys who are delivering the talk first. Not the talk, but the pitch. And that is, oh yeah, Space Tourist. That's the first time. And the next one will be Just a Quest.
Well, hi. Oh, okay. Hi, we're EOF Studios. I'm Michal.
And I'm Marek, and today we'll tell you something about Space Trace.
Space Trace is an arcade 2D space shooter where you build your spaceship from blocks. This is the current state of the game. We're currently in pre-alpha, and as you can see, you can just have a spaceship, fly around, shoot enemies.
And they shoot back?
Each ship, yours and the enemy ships, are made of blocks, so even if you shoot through a ship, cut it in half with a laser, it will still fly.
It's like
Not
Star
very
Trek.
well.
Star Trek with Minecraft.
Yeah, but in space with guns, so...
Yeah, so as you can see, you have shields, you have engines, you have phasers.
Also, there's rocket launchers. Everything's better with rocket launchers, so we had to include some.
Okay, so you can build a ship of any size or shape. This is a ship Michael builds, actually, just for this video. As you can see, Michael likes to build ugly ships.
Yeah, they're also useless, so...
So this is Space Trace, and it's coming to Steam in 2018.
Yeah, so the core game loop is pretty simple. You eliminate waves of enemies. Those enemies are made of blocks. And after a few waves, there's always a boss fight. After the boss fight, you can spend the money you earned by killing enemies to buy new blocks or repair your ship. The problem is that whenever enemies destroy some of your blocks, then those are lost forever. There's no save games or something like that. And you have to protect your core. Each ship, yours and the enemy ships, have cores. And if a core gets destroyed, the whole ship is eliminated.
It's like a bridge. It's like a ship's bridge. Right?
Yeah. And if you die, you start from level 1. So
our unique selling points are pretty much Minecraft in space, right? So you build a ship you like. If you like fast, maneuverable ships, no? Well, just build one. If you like ships with a lot of shields and weapons to maximum, so build one. The adaptive AI will provide an interesting challenge, whatever ship you build, of course. So let's talk history. The game was started in 2015 as a game jam project. 2 days before the jam, I actually played this game, which was an inspiration. So you can see some resemblance. Afterwards, we have won the jury award, and this is hopefully a video of the. Nope. So hopefully a video is not happening.
Okay, the video is not.
It was actually a very nice video where you would have seen all of the progress through the game, which we have no idea why it's not working. So, anyways, we started the project as a game jam. We won the award, and afterwards we worked only in part-time. In our spare time, in late 2015, we've created a prototype, and the development was halted. Oh. This is the game jam version. After the prototype, we rebooted the project in September 2016, and went to, this is the prototype, and we went to GDS in Prague last year. And so this is the prototype. This is the GDS version. See, better ships, better lasers.
Yeah, and this is the version from March of this year. This one we submitted to the Slovak Arts Council, and as you may have seen in the previous slides, sorry, gotta switch.
Technical difficulties?
Okay, yeah. So we got the support recently, so we have money. We lived since September from our own savings, so now we won't starve. Yay!
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
In May 2015, we're gonna release 2018. Sorry, we're gonna release a free demo on itch.io, and later in 2018 we wanna release the game. Furthermore, some DLC or multiplayer or Xbox/PS release if it all goes well. Yeah. Okay, so the team, there's 2 of us, we're working on it full-time. There's 2 other guys, not our first project, and we're looking to expand. We're looking for an art director, as you might have seen in the videos. We need 2D UI and animations. Also, we'll be, this is pretty urgent, the art director. we will be looking for a sound designer in the following months, then probably some investment to finish development, and also mentorship from someone who has actually released a Steam game. I heard there are a few in the room. And in the future, around the time we release the demo, we'll be looking for a publisher or a PR marketing person.
Okay, that's all, folks. Thanks very much for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free
5
to
minutes.
ask.
Does the jury has any questions or comments?
So, thank you for the presentation. I have just one question. So, the game is called Space Trees, yes? And the question is, when you create your ship in the editor and you create the whole line of blocks, will the line disappear?
No. Actually, the line will still be a ship.
So, and there are some mechanics from Tetris or not?
No. The name is actually a working title, which we have thought of like over a beer, 2 days before the, 1 day before the game jam. So we might change in the future, but we kind of liked the analogy to Tetris. So
Working title.
thank you very much.
We have the demo here, so if you want to play, come after the presentations.
So next up is Just a Quest. And Zoya will prepare for next. Myslím, že sa musí. Ready?
Hello everyone, my name is Vladimír Pribila. I'm not gonna be so loud. And this is my Cybernetic team. Well, yes, I'm doing all work by myself. My main domain is sound design, and I'm also a music composer, but I'm also a graphic designer and a programmer too. Just a Crest is made with Unreal Engine 4. It aimed on PCs and will be, oh well, thank you. And it's available. It will be available through GOG and Steam, where the game has been already successfully greenlit. And I'm not sure with the release date yet, because I'm doing all the work only in my spare time. And what's the story? Well, that's quite simple. Save the kingdom and get half of the princess, or how was it? Just a Quest is Metroidvania-style game with hardcore gameplay, and with hardcore gameplay I mean classic gameplay from the 90s. You navigate Little Jester in open-world map to different levels and solve puzzles, help villagers with their problems. Why to bother with my game? Well, maybe you like pixel art like I do. I'm using no skeletal bone, spine, or whatever fancy animation tools. Also higher sprites and textures are not included. Only frame by frame and subpixel animation is being used. Just a Quest will contain unique techniques to talk to player. All creatures in this land are talking to player via universal icons and symbols. That is what I call icon talk. That means that you don't have to read a single line of text, and so the game is ready for all audience in the world without any translation. On the other hand, Tell-Speech is implemented here to support icon talk. Vocabulary contains circa 20 word phrases. That is about as much as 2-year kid can handle, so I believe that anybody can catch the main phrases. When I was building battle system for Jester, I had in mind that I want something simple, but not a button mashing madness or something like that. I want the player to think about the attacks. So I came up with the two-button combo system, which is pretty simple, but you have to react to enemy stances. One attack is good for breaking the enemy block, other is fast but not that powerful. Another can be a damage dealer or put some magic into play. Each next blow in the chain is more powerful, but you have only a small time window to link another one. Pixies are small fairy tale fairies which will help Jester on his quest and always follow Jester if selected. There will be 4 of them, and they have abilities like lockpick, repair, summon light, and have also special abilities like fireball, lightning, or poison cloud. Pixies can charge Jester's minor weapon Pogocello up to 5 tiers, so he can unleash all the energy in it with a different devastating blow on each tier. This, for example, is Meteor Storm, and you can use it with the Pixie charge to tier 5. And did I mention that Jester can ride a killer unicorn? Yeah, Jester on a unicorn. This fantasy beast can beat everything with its magic horn. Additional upgrades for player or equipment are essential for this kind of game, so they will be not missing neither. You can upgrade Jester skills and his primary weapon Pogocello, but secondary weapon like throwing magic cards or Jack-in-the-Box bomb are ready for use too. Also, each 5 levels can Jester choose one of the perks and how it is to be like a little Jester lost in this fairy tale. We can take a small peek now. Oops. Oops. Okay, in the name of all Cybernetic team, I thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad.
Does the jury have any questions, comments? No? Okay.
Thank you for your presentation, and my question is, by which game you were inspired?
Many of them.
For that iconic language?
It came in a dream. Yes. It's not from any game. I think one game, which the name I don't remember now, was something similar like this, but I never played it. So it came.
Because
just
you
like this.
Reinvented a very old idea from very old game.
And that is?
Later.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So the next project is Zoya, and after that, Gray Zone.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ivan. This is my twin brother Peter.
Hi.
Yeah, you can see us over there. And we came here to present our common semester project that we created last winter during our studies at Media Lab that was mentioned in previous discussion, if you were here. We were creating this game for 2 months, and our main goal, because it was our first common project like brothers, but also our first game development project, and our main goal was to try the whole process of creating a game. So we did like the all sectional parts that are involved. Yeah, this is the Media Lab. And for achieving this goal, we use the Unity engine, which is probably known in this community. Maybe you can continue.
So about the story, it's very simple. It's about us walking our dog in surroundings of our hometown. And as we walk, we notice another dog, as you can see in the picture.
Yeah.
And we think it's lost, so we decide to help it, and we start to follow it. And this dog leads us through the whole game, and in the end, it turns out to be an alien.
Yeah.
And this alien was leading us to the trap the whole time. So as you can see, for visual aspect of the game, we decided for pixel art. It's mainly because we are both big fans of old arcade games and pixel art as well, and it was big advantage for us because we could easily and like fast to modify these sprites and create more of them and to try more styles and colors. And yeah.
Yes, if talking about the game mechanics, if you want to actually follow the dog, you have to solve some puzzles which are ahead of you. Each puzzle, you can see a construction hall, and this hall contains one puzzle which we have to solve, like all 3 of us, cooperating, like me, my brother, and even the dog. The dog can be controlled using commands. Actually, there are 3 commands. We can call the dog, we can make him stop from moving, and now you can see we are catapulting the dog up there. And we can also make the dog dash. And the game contains like a mini game as well, which is hidden in the scenery, and it's up to the players if they discover it and explore it further. It's a basketball, yeah. And maybe now it's time for the video, so we can see actually how it looks. It's really short, just gameplay. Like a conclusion, I would say that our main focus in the game development was like visual part of the game because we're students of Academy of Fine Arts and Design, and we didn't mean to focus on the whole process. At the beginning, we realized that maybe the visual aspects of the game are the most interesting. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, guys. Any questions from the jury? No? Yes? Okay, Marian, he's the most active.
So, short question. Do you have a dog in your real life?
Yeah, it's Jack Russell.
Yeah, it's a real dog.
Thank you.
And her name is Zoya. It's the name of the game.
Alien is not real, I guess.
All right, thanks, guys. The next one is Gray Zone, and after that, Helmut.
Dear gentlemen, my name is Josef and I'm from company Eastwork. As you can see on the picture, we work on the project like Mafia, Might and Magic and others. So we created, we got the good knowledge to create models and environments at high standard. So we decided to create a game. It's called Gray Zone, and the story behind is there is main character, and with his people, he is in the mine, and they have a bad condition, and they want to survive, okay? And the main character, he's very good person. One day he wants to help his coworker, so he killed the guard. The only way is to escape and go to via the transfer gate to the unknown world. So he is in this new world without everything. He's just by himself. I will show you the short video. It's just from the first mission. It's not the trailer. Actually, the first mission is playable. Let's run it, hopefully. Okay, so we have strategy games, and we decided to use more tactics. So we do not have so much of units. We don't have many units, and the interesting thing is you can switch to the tactic mode, you can pause the game, and think about the following steps. And then you kill the enemy, okay? But you can use the objects, you can hide behind the objects, you can destroy the objects, you can use the terrain, you can go up, and you can use these special features which are not common. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, good. Okay, in the next levels, we will have special devices like flying objects, rockets at very high quality, and we want to build something like, you can go to the special menu, build the equipment, and adjust the firing power, and change many things. So we put this feature to our strategy as well. This is more pictures from the game. You can see the city. We have a very nice quality. You can zoom in. It wasn't seen in the video, but there are many nice things to see. So if you want to play, just find me. Okay, it will be 12 missions. It will be released in 2018. Playing times around 13 hours. So for us, this is a very good place to connect with you. We are always looking for people who can help us with the story, with the animations and stuff like this. Currently, we are looking somebody for music, and this is basically all. So thank you for your attention.
Jury, any questions from the jury?
I will replace Mariam this time. Why a gray zone, the name?
It's like, you know, I would compare it to the slums, you know, the places without law. So it's like this. Okay, so the main character has to survive and free his nation. So he wants to get from this gray zone, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And how much time you spent on the prototype till now?
How much time?
Yeah.
Actually, we are working on the third mission, and it's second year. Yes.
And how many people work on the
how many
prototype?
people? It's 5 people at the moment.
Thank you.
Any more
Anything
questions?
else? You can find me anytime. I'm here.
All right, thanks, man. Helmut is next, and after Helmut, Dušan's Schulweg.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lukas Sedlak, and I am co-founder of a company called Volcanic. And for the past 2 years, we are developing a roguelike shooter called Helmut. The second companion in our magnificent 2-people studio is Rostislav Polenkovic, and he is a really skilled and talentful 2D artist and animator. So basically, our game begins with the deal. The professor wants to find a cure or wants to live infinitely, so he summons a demon from hell. And like, what could go wrong, right, with the deals with the demons? But the demons are deceptive things, or beings, and this demon unleashes really lots of monsters upon the professor, and during the invasion, the professor is defeated and possibly killed. But this guy shows up, his name is Eye of Kara, and he is like a brother or of this evil demon, and he thinks that it will be a really good idea to restore the professor to some kind of a condition. So basically, he revives the professor, but not completely, because professor is a scientist, right? So what he needs, just brains and spine. Okay, and why? Because the Eye of Kara gives the professor the ability to transform to any kind of shape that he wants. So basically, the main game loop is about shooting stuff and trying to survive. The game is roguelike, so if player dies, he has to go the whole run again. At the beginning, player can choose from the unlocked transformations, and each transformation has a different kind of playstyle. For example, this Ragnar is Viking style fighter who has an axe that returns on the hit. And the second ability is Lightning Strike, which strikes lightnings in a circle. When the player selects the ability, he just enters the portal, and the main goal is to reach the last level of hell, when he can fight the demon which destroyed him at the beginning. So, as I said, the game is simple twin-stick shooter when player needs to shoot really lots of stuff and just make a crazy run for it. he can purchase guns and medkits in the shop to help him with his struggles within the dungeon. And in order to proceed from one environment to another, he needs to fight bosses. And the main quirk here is that also bosses are procedurally generated. And the generation is about every boss has his form, which defines his movement pattern, and his name, which is like which is combination of two primary and secondary attacks. So basically, the player needs to create a strategy not based on the look of the boss, but based on the names and combinations that creates a boss. So for example, if this kind of boss, he's a shaman, he has these flies that flies around him, so it makes like secondary shield, plus he moves in some pattern, plus he has like, if he will have a name like the Angry Shepherd, he will shoot the projectiles in the circle way and spawns the minions during the whole combat. And if the player, this is just a showcase of the really cool poster that made Rato. If the player reaches the final level, he can choose to fight the final boss and he can choose which transformation he wants to unlock. Currently we have like 8 transformations, plus he can fight for his body. So at the end he can restore his body to original condition, or he can play with another transformations. And that's all.
Questions from the jury?
Unfortunately not. Well, we have one that we made like in 5 minutes to attend this showcase, because we are like 2 people and I'm more doer, like talker, and since I'm a programmer and the rest, so we are now, because we are focusing to reach the deadline, which is by the end of the September when we plan to release the game, so we didn't have any really good stuff to show. But we have a playable demo, which we wanted to show, but we can't. But based on the when we were going when we were, for example, in Reboot in Croatia, the people played our demo and the feedback was really well. The people enjoyed it, and yesterday we put our demo on one of the computers, and the crowd really get there and players started to play. So we know that we are making good game, but we don't have time to do all this marketing stuff right now.
Just a recommendation for a pitch that a short gameplay video would tell us much more than, we don't need to know the story of the game, right? It's a shooter, it's not that important, but the video would be great. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be a proper trailer, just gameplay video.
Well, I have this problem that I don't want to show the things that look like shit, so.
All right. So Dusan is next, and after Dusan, Your Royal Gayness. I forgot to mention one thing. You will see 9 projects out of the original 10, but the winners, actually the winner of the whole pitch and special selection, will be announced during the closing ceremony tomorrow.
Okay, so hi, my name is Peter, and this is us. We're called Nohav Međe. And this is where we made our first project together ever. And this is how the project looked like. And it was supposed to be an educational game for children to help them understand the written language, sort of preschool education, so you can understand the meaning of words. And these guys really liked it and offered us cooperation, so we can basically, we could create it for their German courses for children. This is how the game looks like now. It's called Dušan's Schulweg, which means basically Dušan's trip to school. And that's Dušan, obviously. So let's see the trailer now. And now back to the presentation. So let's answer a simple question. Oh, was ist das? Or what is it? As I mentioned, it's an educational game aimed for children, and it's supposed to help them in a learning process of German language. And it's supposed to be a part of an educational process at the Goethe Institute. So, warum or why? Why is it important to sort of learn a foreign language, or what's the benefit of it? That's what we asked ourselves a lot, and basically this we try to show children that that knowing a foreign language is an important skill. It kind of opens a whole new world for you. So, how did we do it? Basically, this is how the level looks at the beginning. It's just a bunch of words, and all the characters or basically all the graphics you have to like create for yourself. So you kind of literally assign a meaning to those words, and you basically create a dog in this instance, and then you can interact with the dog or move the story forward. So, Spielmechanik, it means game mechanic, of course. So, the game is not meant to be mainly played alone, it's part of a larger picture. So, the children are supposed to first learn the vocabulary, then they will play the game, and then there's the last part where they have to like retell the story to their classmates. And this is, we do it this way. It's called a Kamishibai theater. It's this contraption, and there's like a slides from the game, and you're supposed to kind of be a storyteller. So the narrative is prepared in a way so it could be retold in a short and simple German sentences for kids to easily like retell the story to their classmates. This is our platforms, basically mobile devices like iOS, Android, and WebGL, so the key is accessibility. This is our target demographics, so like 7 to 11, like the age. And this is the end. You can basically, you can play the game at this link. It's like not in a complete state, but you can play it online. You can also download the materials, which kind of, if you're a child, of course. And hopefully in a short time it will be available on devices.
All right. Any questions or comments from the jury? They are oh yeah. Talk to the mic.
I'm just interested in if you want to expand it in the future or prepare another chapters, or if your partner wants it, I mean, get into the...
Yes, so now it's in a bit of a testing stage, so we're waiting for feedback from the a real learning environment. We had some feedback before, but this will be the real thing, and hopefully yes, but there's a silence about it, so we don't know.
All right, thanks. So your Royal Gayness, and afterwards, Katy and the Meow Meow Land.
So, hi, my name is Sylvia, and I'm the character artist at Lizard Hazard Games, a small indie studio located in southeast of Finland. Currently, we are working on our biggest game project yet. It's called Your Gayness. Your Gayness is a story-driven management game for PC, Mac, and Linux. You play as a prince, his name is Amir, and you need to take care of your fairy tale-inspired kingdom while your parents are traveling. So, and there's one more thing, you are gay, so you also need to come up with excuses so you do not have to marry a princess in the end. So this is how your regular morning would look like. One of your your advisors comes to talk to you and ask you about matters regarding the kingdom. You then need to make decisions and rule. While ruling, it's also a good idea to keep an eye on the kingdom's resources. You can see them on the right. First, of course, we have the kingdom's wealth. Next comes the strength of your army. After that, there is the loyalty of your nobility and inner circles. This one is especially important if you want to pass some laws or maybe raise or lower taxes. And the last one, that's the happiness of the common people. Treat them right, and they will think of you as a just and benevolent ruler, but the game supports also a tyrannic playthrough if you are into that kind of thing. And after the audience is over, there is time for some events. Events can be anything, like assassination attempts or huge ballroom dances, or maybe just sleepover with your friends. And the way how we make the game is each of those events and each of those independent storylines are created in the blocks, and those blocks are then, to a certain extent, randomized. So at the beginning of every playthrough, the game is going to be different, which adds to the replay value. And of course, sometimes the princesses come, and then you need to make your best excuse you can, so hopefully they will lose an interest and maybe just go home, or you can become friends with them or whatever. And this is how the fantasy realm looks like. This is where the princesses are from. While designing the kingdoms, we have been inspired by different fantasy genres and so on. Okay, maybe let's talk about the characters a little bit more, since that's my job. We are creating a game with the gay protagonist, but what's really important to understand is that we are not making fun of the fact that he's gay. We are more trying to point out what are the funny situations people like him have to face in their everyday lives. Diversity and acceptance are our core values, and it's also reflected in the way how we create our characters. The princesses and the princes, which you can date later on if you wish so, are all randomized from a various selections of different outfits, body types, skin colors, heights, personalities, and all of that. And this also adds to the replay value of the game. So who's behind all of this? This is our core team. Sally, she's our manager, producer, coder, and founder of Lizard Hazard Games. She's the only one who is currently working on it full-time. Rest is part-time. We are all from all over the world, Slovakia, Slovenia, Vietnam, but we all live and study in Finland. Quite early on in development, we decided that since this game is so heavily story-based, the writing is so important that we want to hire a professional writers to ensure that the quality is the best we can make it. So we welcome aboard Senna and Sydney. They are both American writers with a lot of experience with creating successful games, and they are both also in one way or another part of the LGBT community, which really helped with dealing with those kind of topics. And yeah, the one thing is that if you hire freelancers, they expect you to pay them. So we had decided or run a successful Kickstarter campaign earlier this year. We planned to raise about $5,500, but in the end managed to get over $7,000, which yeah, obviously really helped. And also we have been one of the last games who passed through Greenlight. So this game, when it will be ready, which will be probably this year autumn, it will be available on Steam. I don't think I have much more time, even though there's so much more I could talk about. So if you're interested, you would like to try the demo we have out, maybe you want to know more about the development process, or you just simply want to make sure that you don't miss the release date, you can find us on Facebook. We post regular updates. So thank you so much, and in case you have questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.
Jury, any questions, comments? Jakub? I know that you want to say something. No?
Well, I would like to know more about the game because I didn't understand the principle of the game. Maybe.
Oh, okay. It's a heavily story-based game, so it's sort of like, well, we don't want to say the term visual novel, but the visual novel is the base we used, and they added the management part to it. So it's very text-based. You read, you reply, you make decisions, and the decisions influence the results. And
is the management part more important, or the story and the narrative?
I think both is equally important. It depends what kind of type of gamer you are and what do you expect from the game. So you can play it for the story, you can play it for the management. It's like kind of, we try to balance it a little bit.
And is it possible to win?
There are different endings. So whatever you consider winning, you can find a boyfriend and get married to him if you manage to pass some equality laws. It's possible to lose. For example, if you don't keep an eye on the resources and for a long time you are, for example, in minus, your parents will find out, come home, so your career as a ruler will be very short-lived. We have a few Let's Play videos on YouTube if someone's interested, because some of the small Let's Players already started playing the demo, which doesn't look as good as we would want it to, but of course it's a demo, so we are improving, so that's also out there. But I didn't have more time to include it, so yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
So up next is Katy in the Meow Meow Land, and the last project is... Really? That's the last one? Wow. No, Loria is the last one. Yes, okay. So Meow Meow Land first.
Hi guys, my name is Marek Hlavatý, and I do this game which is called Katy in the Meow Meow Land. This is just to show that I have some experience in the game developing. I'm not a beginner, and game itself is a classical point-and-click adventure game. We took inspirations from Neverhood, Summerall's Machinarium, and Goblins, and as you can see in the name, the obvious allusion is Alice in the Wonderland. Game is about a little girl who falls through the hall to some strange world, full of strange characters like this big cat. This is a very like visual based game, as you can see on this. It's very deterministic. We don't have anything like freedom in the game. We want one level after another level. What I want is not like some crazy and difficult riddles or puzzles. I just want to put a smile on the faces of my players. I want them to spend like maybe 5 or 7 minutes per one level, and then another one. So the world will be atmospheric, moody, a little bit surreal, and very cute. And there will be a lot of absurd characters and of course cats. That's why it's a Meow Meow land. These are some of the crazy characters like Rocket Surfer Cat and 0.16 tons character. And the technology is a Unity engine, monetization. First part of the game we want to give a free, and then we will hope that it will get some popularity and we will monetize next content. This is another nice environment from the game. You can see the color schemes. It's about nice pastel colors. It's very girlish. We are mainly focused on the women, 16 to 46. I don't say it's not for boys, but you know, you see this. It's like I think I want the girls look at it and I love it, and I hope the girls here love it. So platforms, all possible, PC, tablets, cell phones. What we are looking for? It's of course investment and definitely the marketing advices or marketing specialists, because we are developers, we are not marketers. That's very sad, but I need somebody who makes me a billionaire from this game, and we need animators. And this is another nice picture from the game. You see nice colors, nice characters. And you can give some likes on the Facebook page. Just search for Katy in the Memo Land. Thank you for your support, likes, and nice words, or whatever. Thank you. Questions?
Jury, any questions? Comments? No? All right, we will move to the last project of this evening. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, voila.
My question is, what do you think about the last game from Amarita Design?
What I think about it? I think that Samorost 3 is much worse than Samorost 1. I'm sorry, but Samorost 1 was it was a game that put a smile on my face, and Samorost 3 wasn't. I'm really sorry because I love it, and I bought Samorost 3, but there is something. No, it was perfect game. Sorry. I was lying, just kidding. Perfect. Any questions? Okay, I'm gonna kill myself now. Anybody? Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right, and the last project of this evening is Loria.
Okay, hi. My name is Eric, and I'm the sole developer of classic RTS called Loria. And to start off the mood, I will present you with a video to actually enlist into the army.
Hello there, citizen. Let me tell you something about the privilege of enlisting into the glorious army of Loria. Are you ready to see the world? Are you ready for respect and admiration? To battle the enemies of the kingdom with your fellow brethren and live with honor? Are you ready to take upon a heroic quest to join the proudest profession? Soldier on the front line of our free kingdom's defense. Because let me tell you this, if you're not ready, this is not a democracy. You, soldier, are enlisted. Congratulations.
Well, this system is pretty unfair. I say we rebel.
Okay, so obviously to answer first question, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Warcraft series. And this game was pretty much inspired by the classic games. I will not talk very much about the basic concept of RTS strategies because most of the people know what concepts are those, and if you don't, you are not interested in RTS anyway. So basically, what will be the difference between this and old school strategy like Warcraft? Well, first of all, I'm working hard on improving controls, user experience, micromanagement and macromanagement. So you can control your army seamlessly. It will be really easy to manage a bigger army or smaller army, whatever. This was a problem in older games. But to talk about things that will be actually different or will be actually new, for each character or for each unit which will be in the game, they will be all, yeah, this is actually gameplay. I decided to go with the gameplay video instead of the slides. First thing, the environment will be very interactive. As you can see, there are plenty of hidden doors, plenty of objects which you can find, or traps, or items which you can use for your hero. Also, each unit is scalable, so that means if you manage to keep your units in the battle for a longer time, that means they will get more proficient in killing enemies or chopping wood, mining resources, or building. So basically, game is rewarding you for keeping your units alive, and at the end of the game, you can have one badass squad of units. The biggest change of this is I want to mix a little bit of RPG elements, and major thing for this will be a hero unit, which hero unit will be much more similar, like something you can know from a Diablo, which you will be really able to change the attributes of the hero. Like you can decide if you want to go in a way of magic, if you want to go in a way of a brute strength, or how you can equip the hero. Because in the video it's not implemented yet, but you will be able to decide only one helmet, only one weapon slot, and this will be a much more inventory system like RPG games. So I also want to implement plenty of solo missions, hero solo missions, where you will be able to get to know the hero, get to know his sense of humor, and at the end I will probably kill him off, so just because for the fun. Right, so what platforms is this going to be released on? This will be released on all the basic operating systems because this is built in Unity, so the support for Linux games, Windows games, and macOS operating system is there. I will not be releasing this game on the mobile devices because I don't think you can get a really good user experience for a strategy like this on a mobile devices. Well, that's the first reason. Second reason is I don't like for people to play my game sitting on a toilet, right? So why am I basically pitching this? We recently got some funding, well, I recently got some funding from the Slovak Council of Arts. And I mean, it's time to assemble the team. And first of all, I will need a marketing guy, someone who wants to take care of the social media, because that's really tedious work. I especially need a writer. I don't want the game to take itself very seriously, so it will be very light writing, full of jokes and Easter eggs. But I need a writer because I can write myself. So, and in the end, it would be nice to have actually some development help, because as it is right now, it was all done by myself. Yeah, okay, that's it, and I have 4 seconds. Thank you. Download the game from loriagame.com.
All right, any comments, questions? Yeah.
Will there be multiplayer?
Well, in the first version, there will not be multiplayer, mainly because of the budget reasons. But once there is some budget, I plan to extend on the game gradually once there are some financial flow. Initial budget is for 20 missions, I believe, but it will be only single player and skirmish included.
All right, I think that's done. All right, thank you all for, thanks for the teams to present the game. What? Yeah, okay, give it up. This was the first game developers pitch at Fest Anča. We will do it better next year with more projects. Now the jury needs to discuss the winners. There will be 2 prizes. One will be the winner of the pitch, and the second one will be special selection mention. Prizes will be giving out, and the winners will be announced during the closing ceremony tomorrow in the new synagogue right next door. Actually, we are in the new synagogue, but the venue is over there. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for supporting Game Days by showing up. I think there are still more beer at the bar and some pagače, so destroy them because it's a gift from Slovak Game Developers Association, and we need to do it. We need to fulfill the mission. We can't disappoint the bar. Okay, once again, thank you all, and I invite you all for the party at the Stanica Zárieče, so see you all there. Thank you.